Hello students, we are going to study here about the topic polymer chemistry. From the topic polymer chemistry, we have studied some examples of polymer in part 1 and part 2. Now in this part 3, we are going to study about molecular mass and degree of polymerization of polymers, biodegradable polymers and commercially important polymers. First, we see about the molecular mass and degree of polymerization of polymers. Degree of polymerization is the number of monomeric unit in a macromolecule. It is denoted by sign dP. Okay, capital D and capital P is equal to, or it is the ratio of average molecular weight of polymer to the molecular weight of the monomer unit. Okay, where that Mn, capital M and small n, it stands for the average molecular weight of polymer, and M0 it stands for the molecular weight of the monomer unit. Now if you see here the example for the polymer and tetrafluoroethylene, it is a polymer. Okay, so if you have to calculate its degree of polymerization, so first we see here that molecular mass of that polymer tetrafluoroethylene, okay, and its molecular mass means the total mass of that carbon and fluorine whatever present in that polymer, it is 1,20,000, and the uh, molecular weight of that monomer unit, it is the 100, and therefore degree of polymerization is equal to 1,20,000 divided by 100, okay, which is the molecular weight of polymer divided by molecular weight of monomer unit. And what you get here, the degree of polymerization 1200. So this is the degree of polymerization for polymer tetrafluoroethylene. Now see, this is the critical degree of polymerization. Now see that most of the chemical properties of polymer, they depend upon their molecular mass. Low molecular mass of polymers are liable to be brittle in nature and they have the low mechanical strength. High molecular mass polymer, they are very tough and difficult to manage. And both of these extreme conditions of that polymers, that is very low molecular mass and very high molecular mass, these are the undesirable. Therefore, what we require here, that which can be used in our day-to-day life, okay, which is applicable for the number of purpose. So for that, this is the concept, that is the critical degree of polymerization. A polymer must possess the molecular mass more than the certain minimum value in order to exhibit the properties needed for a particular application, and this minimum molecular mass, it corresponds to the critical degree of polymerization. And to maintain that critical degree of polymerization, you have to stop that polymerization process at certain stage. So that means we have to control that polymerization process to get correct critical degree of that polymerization. If you see here the example for the nylon 66 and Teflon. So low molecular mass, which are brittle in nature, and low mechanical strength, they are having the low molecular mass, which is a nylon 66. If you consider here the high molecular weights, which having the very high density, tough and unmanageable, so this is a Teflon. Means critical degree of polymerization, that is DP, it is ranges from 30 to 600. This is for the critical degree of polymerization. Now see, here we compare between the nylon 6 and polythene, and for their critical degree of polymerization. The polymer which contain hydrogen bonding, the critical degree of polymerization is lower, and those which contain the weak intermolecular forces like van der Waals forces, they having the lower critical degree of polymerization. So in the nylon 6 and polythene, in the nylon 6, intermolecular hydrogen bonding is present. Means what they having the strong intermolecular forces, and these are the hydrogen bonding. And for the polythene polymer, they having the intermolecular forces, these are the weak van der Waals forces. In the nylon 6, the intermolecular hydrogen bonding is present and it is a polyamide fiber, and therefore strong intermolecular forces are present, and therefore critical degree of polymerization is lower for nylon 6. And for the polythene, which having the weak intermolecular forces, it is higher. If we consider here only the degree of polymerization for polythene polymer, so For that polythene polymer, the number of repeating unit in the polymer chain that they form the degree of polymerization. For the polymer of polythene, which having the formula C2H4N. N means it is a polymer of polythene, where that N it stands for the uh, degree of polymerization. So for the degree of polymerization, if it is a high degree of polymerization, they are very hard and heat resistance. And if they having the low degree of polymerization, these are the soft and gummy. And now see what you are written here, that one formula for the molecular weight of polythene, that is capital M is equal to small n into M0, where M0 it is a molecular weight of the monomer, and that's small n it stands for the degree of polymerization, means number of monomers, how many number of monomers are present in that polythene. So this is about the degree of polymerization for polythene. Now next point we see about the biodegradable polymers. After a certain period of time, the natural polymers degraded to their own, but synthetic polymers do not degrade their own, and therefore these which polymers which do not degrade their own, these are called as the synthetic polymers or non-biodegradable polymers, and they resist to the environmental degradation process, and they are accumulated as a solid waste material, and therefore the efforts are made to synthesize the biodegradable polymers. And to avoid the environmental pollution, the biodegradable polymers play a very important role. So we are going to study here that examples for these biodegradable polymers. These are PHBV, Dextron, and nylon to nylon 6. Okay, all they contain aliphatic polyester and polyamide linkage, and with the large proportion of polar linkage. And that polyamide linkage or aliphatic polyester, it is a very important class for the biodegradable polymers. First we see about the PHBV, means poly beta hydroxybutyrate it stands for the copolymer of beta hydroxyvalerate. Means copolymer of two bifunctional group. Which two bifunctional? Beta hydroxycarboxylic acid. Means now see what you are using here, the basic unit beta hydroxycarboxylic acid. But in the beta hydroxycarboxylic acids, one is the 3-hydroxybutonic acid, or it is also called as the beta hydroxybutonic acid. And the one more is the 3-hydroxypentonic acid, or we can say beta hydroxypentonic acid. See the example for the preparation of PHBV, monomers 3-hydroxybutonic acid. See the structure for the 3-hydroxybutonic acid. Carboxylic acid carbon, it is a carbon number 1. CH2, it is a carbon number 2. And CH, it is a carbon number 3. Okay. So its name is 3-hydroxybutonic acid. For the next monomer, 3-hydroxypentonic acid. It contains 5 carbon atom. On third carbon atom, OH group is present, and therefore 3-hydroxypentanoic acid. These two monomers combines together to form the PHBV. For that, removal of H2O takes place. For the removal of H2O, hydrogen from the 3-hydroxybutonic acid, hydrogen from the carboxylic group, okay, and from the 3-hydroxypentanoic acid, hydroxy group which is present on third carbon atom. So hydrogen of the butonic acid and OH of the pentonic acid, removal of H2O takes place, and linkage takes place in between the C double bond OO of the butonic acid and CH of the pentonic acid. And what it forms, see the linkage C double bond OO. That linkage is called as the aliphatic polyester type of linkage. So like that, this is the formation for the PHBV, means poly beta hydroxybutyrate copolymer with the beta hydroxyvalerate, and which is an important example for the biodegradable polymer. PHBV, it is a thermoplastic polymer which is brittle in nature, and it shows a low elongation at break and low impact resistance, and it is a microbial biopolymer, biodegradable polymers, and therefore it shows it as a antimicrobial activity, and due to its property it is used in the specialty packaging, orthopedic devices, and in controlled release drugs. So that is all about the biodegradable example PHBB. We see here one more example for the biodegradable polymer, nylon to nylon 6. The monomers required for these are glycine and epsilon amino caproic acid. See the structure for glycine. It is NH2, CH2, C double bond O, OH. And for the epsilon amino caproic acid, NH2, CH2 5 times C double bond O, OH. Means both the monomer contain carboxylic group and NH2 group. What is the difference in between these two? That glycine it contain 1 CH2 group, whereas epsilon amino caproic acid contain 5 CH2 group. So these two are the monomers. And from these monomers, remol of H2O takes place. For the remol of H2O, now see the OH of glycine. Okay, OH of the glycine and hydrogen of epsilon amino caproic acid's NH2 group. See the NH2 group of amino caproic acid and one hydrogen of NH2 and OH of glycine. Remol of H2O takes place and formation of C double bond O NH linkage takes place. See in the example nylon to nylon 6 how it is bonded between the C double bond O NH means CH2 group which is 1 time CH2 group and in the other structure it is CH2 5 times. So these two are bonded by the NH C double bond O NH. So C double bond ONH linkage means polyamide type of linkage. So this is example for the biodegradable polymer nylon to nylon 6. That structure is called as nylon to nylon 6 because that one monomer, see here that here it which contain the 6 carbon atom. Okay, epsilon amino caproic acid it contain 6 carbon atom. And for here glycine which contain 2 carbon atom and therefore its name is nylon to nylon 6. Nylon to nylon 6 it is a copolymer which contain polyamide linkage, monomers glycine and epsilon amino caproic acid and which shows the condensation type of polymerization reaction. It is used as a making a parachute, seat belt, clothes. Okay, and nylon has a great elasticity and due to that it can be used in the ropes. It can be used for making waterproof tents, to make thermoplastic components in vehicles and it is also used in drug release matrices. So this is all about the nylon to nylon 6. Now see this one is the that some important polymers and which are commercially used. Here you have to given the list of polymers and monomers used for the preparation of these polymers, the structure of that polymer and their uses. So first we see about the acrylic glass. It is also called as perspex. Monomers required for this polymer acrylic glass, these are methyl methacrylate and it is used in the manufacture of LCD screen, lenses, paint. Okay, the second polymer is example, see second example Buna N. Monomers required for the preparation of polymer Buna N are butadiene and acrylonitrile. Butadiene, see its structure for the monomer CH2, CH and last one is CH2 means which contain the double bond in their structure. The last structure see for the acrylonitrile second structure CH2 carbon CH and last one is the Cl means these two are the monomers and for the uses Buna N it is used in the manufacture of O-rings, gaskets, shoe soles. It is used as an adhesive rubber belt. This is about the Buna N. Next polymer is PVC, polyvinyl chloride. Monomer required for the PVC, for the manufacture of PVC is vinyl chloride. Vinyl chloride having the formula CH2CHCl. Vinyl chloride seed structure. What you are written here last that N means monomer and what it formed, it converted into the polymer. It is the PVC which is used as a water pipe, raincoat, like that. Next polymer, polyacrylamide. Monomer required is acrylamide, CH2CH, C double bond O, NH2. It is monomer. And it is used as a polyacrylamide gel, which is used in the electrophoresis process. Urea formaldehyde polymer. Monomer required are urea and formaldehyde. And urea formaldehyde polymer's important use is that it is used to prepare unbreakable dinner wares and for the decorative laminates. Glyptal monomers require, these are ethylene glycol and phthalic acid, and which is used as a paint and lacquers. Polycarbonate. Okay, see, this is an example of the polymer polycarbonate. Monomers used are bisphenol and phosgene. And the important uses of polycarbonate polymer is that they are used in a electrical and telecommunication hardware, food grade plastic container. And the last one is the thermocol. Okay, and monomer used for the preparation of thermocol is styrene, which is that thermocol. It is a non-biodegradable polymer, and that styrene can leach when heated, and therefore it is banned. And so now see all these about that important examples of the polymer which are commercially used. So now see the like that we have studied here about the topic polymer chemistry. We have studied the more example for the polymers, their properties, uses, their structure, and about the important point is about their uses. Okay, uses and property where these polymers are used. So now what we completed here about the topic polymer chemistry. Thank you.